Oh my goodness. Hi. There's 7 people here. I know I did this a little off the cuff and just because why not? And it's 9:30 on a Saturday night and we're about to change our clocks to spring forward. So technically it'll be about 10:30 in a few minutes. And I wanted to just come on here with my little mini ice cream cone. Okay, so just so you all know, I have been extremely sick. Like the last 2 weeks, no joke, I have been as sick as can humanly be. I had like norovirus or something like this. And then it went away for like 2 or 3 days and then it came back. And for the last 2 weeks, I would say, I have been doing nothing but like vomiting and been sick as a dog. The bonus, of course, is that I probably lost like 8 pounds, but bad 8 pounds, like bad. Like I started to feel like I was wrinkling like a raisin. Like all of a sudden my skin started shrinking and I was kind of freaked out about it. And it was really, 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 really bad. And so all of a sudden, like on Tuesday morning, let's say Saturday. So on Tuesday morning, I just woke up and I was better. Like no ill effects, no anything. I'm not complaining about losing weight. I promise you. Nothing makes me happier than to lose a couple of pounds, even if I gain them back. I mean, shit, I'm eating a fucking ice cream cone right now. I don't care. Yes. Yes. Yes, I'll D. I've never had children, so yes, the vag is tight. So yes, thank you. Thank you. And yes, the rack looks good. I didn't lose any weight there. I am not a skeleton. Do not even say that. And that's like a really weird body checking kind of thing to say. So don't even say that. So the reason we're here today, and thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it, especially at 9:30 at night. Here's what happened. So I got to the point where I was so dehydrated. I literally was going to go to the hospital and check myself in. And it's because even though I was trying to drink stuff, coconut water is mainly what I use because I detest Gatorade. I would just throw it up and nothing would stay in my system. And so it's just bad like that. Whatever. Exactly, her Tory hand. So I woke up and it was like nothing ever happened. So, but it was really weird and it really felt bad. And I will tell you that years ago, probably like in 2000, maybe like 14 or 15, I had gone on my usual trip to Shanghai. And I came home and I was like, God, I really don't feel well. And I wound up having like SARS or avian flu or something like that. And I had like 103 to 104 fever for about a week and a half, like nothing. I couldn't even keep my eyes open. Doctors gave me antibiotics. I mean, it was just nothing helped. So yeah, that was the sickest I've ever been. But this last 2 weeks, for sure. And then the next day, I was craving a grilled cheese sandwich. And so I went to the store and I got like this delicious 3-cheese grilled cheese sandwich. I ate the whole fucking thing. I was still drinking coconut water, but that was all I ate for like that day. Oh, fuck you, Aldi. It was my job. You think I want to go to fucking Shanghai? The food is shit. You have to tell everybody that you're a vegetarian because everything that you can eat there looks like hacked cat parts in fucking lobster sauce. It's like the most disgusting thing you've ever seen in your life. Almost everywhere I've ever traveled is because of business. And I, of course, took advantage of it. So, yeah, fuck you. So I went to, that's what I did. That's what I did for a living. No, nothing is spicy. That's the problem. Nothing is spicy. Everything is like disgusting, gross, everything looks like egg drop soup. It's like the most disgusting thing you've ever seen. So, okay, I'm not even keeping up with the comments here, and it's only me, and it's like 100 people on here, which is awesome. Thank you for sharing with me. I love Ina Garten. Ina Garten has a really decadent grilled cheese recipe. Yeah, no, I know. I'm sure it's amazing, but at the moment, all I wanted to do is buy something that I can just like shove in my fucking pie hole. And I was happy. Sam V, do not go there with the "they're good" thing. I'm not doing it. I am not indulging you right now. I don't even care. Okay, I clicked on the message that you guys were live. I didn't have my AirPods in. The first thing I hear is the badge is tight. My wife looked over and just rolled her eyes. It's really not a discussion about tight badges. It's really not. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, wife of Aiden's old man one. Aiden's old man? Oh, that's cute. Okay. So let's talk about JD. Hold on. Let me just finish my ice cream cone. And then we'll talk about it. These are the best things in the whole wide world. They're little mini ice cream cones from Trader Joe's. And it's literally like the tiniest baby scoop of ice cream in a waffle cone. And the beauty is that the waffle cone, like in the bottom, the whole thing is covered in chocolate. So it's like the smallest little bit of ice cream, and then the whole thing is just like a chocolate-covered chocolate. Oh, length or girth? You know, that's a very interesting question. I can't answer that. I really can't. I don't know. I'll go girth. But honestly, don't be like a fire plug. But yeah, exactly. Why not both? That's exactly right. Why not both? I'm absolutely not taking any more COVID shots. I did one booster like early last year. I'm completely done with anything like that. I don't care if I get sick now. I don't wish what I had on my worst enemy, but you know, whatever it is, I'm not really crazy about it. I don't know Vanderpump Gossip Ida, so I don't know anything about them. I don't really follow them. I went to that restaurant once in LA, and it was just like, you know, she and white and very full of itself. So I'm kind of not really into that. Hey, G Canada. Hi, how are you? Sinluhu, what does length or girth matter if he doesn't know how to use it? Yeah, but you know what? If you have length or girth, to be honest with you, most of those guys that actually are blessed with one or the other or both kind of know how to use it. Not going to lie. Okay, so let's move on. Monique, what do you think about, what now, Sam V? What do you think about Shuli trying to butt in on the Casey and Bon Jovial's new show? Okay, so here's what's going on there. So Bon Jovial is helping Casey out, and Bon Jovial's that guy. You know, he's a really, really good guy. You know, we sat with him on StreamYard for a little while. We worked through, you know, what he wanted the show to be. Bon has been an incredible, incredible help to him. And you know what? It's good for him. I'm not necessarily sure that dipping into the dabbler universe is the most amazing thing that you can possibly do. But for KC, who knows the animal and knows what he's dealing with, you know, as long as he knows what he's getting into, you know, knock yourself out. I unfortunately didn't know what I was getting into with the Stuttering John thing, and I never really imagined that somebody would try to troll me harder than like the worst trolls I know. And it's really just kind of like a bite in the ass because, you know what, at some point you don't even give a fuck. You know intrinsically that whoever this person is that's trying to troll you, you know, isn't stalking you or following your car or anything like that. It's just, you know, some guy who wants to make you scared. And that's what that is. So, you know, Casey's a big boy. Bon Jovial's a big boy. And, you know, Shirley's a big boy. I mean, you know, they've all been the brunt of many a troll. And they can handle it. So it's okay. You're a big boy. You can handle it. And the best thing, my friend, who is my friend, Steve Grillo, ever said to me is that you just need to have dragon skin. You can't have thin skin in this business. And you certainly for a woman, you can't have thin skin. And you need to have dragon skin. You need to be able to fight these guys off and not give a fuck. And that's where I'm at. And that's it. Casey is a great guy. And, you'll never hear a bad word about Casey come out of my mouth. He can do whatever he wants and just be really, really happy with what he's doing. I don't know Chad. I don't even know how to say his last name. Zumak. I know nothing about him. And, if that's the guy you guys want to kind of put your ire on, if Stuttering John's not coming back, knock yourself out. It is really, really tough to have thick skin. I mean, I've had people, attempt to call my mother and let her know that I died and, crazy shit like that. And you just have to be like a turtle, you just kind of bring yourself inward and protect yourself and protect the ones you love and just tell people that or that are in your world. It's like, hey, there's some haters out there who are going to try and, people used to call my boss, say that I would say racist shit and stuff like that. And I just went to him one day and I was like, Ira, these are people that, just trying to hurt me. It's like, all right, you tell me that it's, not something that I need to worry about. I won't worry about it. And that was it. And that was the end of it. So, fuck it. Who cares? I am not friends with Shuli, but I did ask on Twitter today to have him unblock me so that I can see what he's talking about when it comes to the KC thing, because, I want to be part of that whole thing just for a hot minute, honestly. I don't really get involved in the Dablo thing, as you know, and nor do I care to. But if it involves Bon and it involves KC, yeah, of course I wanna throw my 2 cents into it. I heard if you have a thin skin, you start your own podcast with a woofer from Buffalo. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I just got that. When's the second Eric the Midget show? I don't know. You know what? I am inherently lazy, just so you all know. I really am. It takes all the strength I have to put a show up as a podcast. I don't even come into my sub basement unless I have to, even though, my mega RAM computer is down here. And, I hang out upstairs and I play with my puppies and that's all I do. Yes, G Canada, this is so fucked up, Mo. Don't these losers have any? No, they don't have anything better to do. That's the thing. The craziest part about the Stuttering John thing is that he has become a troll's troll. He's become everything that he hates in everybody else. And that's the irony of the whole thing. You want to come after me, you want to come after my parents, my family. They've been there, done that, have the fucking t-shirt. Like, nobody cares. You can tell them that I died, but the reality is, we just texted 10 minutes ago. So it's all okay. And, if people want to fuck with me like that, it's really okay. Oh my God, you all can come hang out with me. I'm thinking of doing something in New York one day. So when I'm back north, let's do like a gunk night maybe. I don't know. So let's talk about JD. Let's talk about that absolute disgusting, monstrous loser of a human being. And let's talk about what was on Reddit today, because that's why I am here today. And I wanted to, right? Would we do GunkCon? That would be fun. I mean, you know what? I would never do anything where I would ever ask anybody to like pay anything or do anything or have some stupid stand up or anything. But just go meet at a bar and, I'll cover the tab and we'll get nicely shit faced and, just go our separate ways and have some fun. That's it. That's how it works, because it's not about the money with our podcast. It's not about Patreon. It's not about, having people behind a wall. It's not about anything other than doing something for the love of the game. And, when it's not fun anymore, then we just won't do it anymore. And that's it. So let's go to this little tidbit of information today and talk about what the hell is going on. So Ants Marching 48 decided to post something via Reddit that was on there a couple of hours ago. And it says the following. Tank cheated on JD and left him last year. Now, I love everything about this. I am a little suspect when the username is Bort Bisex. So that has to give us just a little bit of pause to ponder where this is coming from. So let me read it to you and then let's talk about it. I canceled Howie when COVID started because blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So I don't know if this is public knowledge, but Tank left JD and cheated. Oh, a friend's brother-in-law is a trainer fitness dude in New Jersey. So a friend's brother-in-law. So a friend's sister's husband. Okay. So already that's 3 degrees of separation. So how much can we trust that? A friend's brother-in-law is a trainer fitness dude in New Jersey and knows some people in Tank's orbit. Apparently, sometime last year, she was cheating on him, meaning JD, with some gym dude and packed her shit and left. So I think she was already teaching at this point. So again, I'm a little, Pibble Girl, I absolutely want to believe the whole thing. I'm with you. Hence the reason that we're doing the friggin' show. But let's just talk about it a little bit and figure out what's going on here. Was cheating on him with some gym dude and packed up her shit and left. Other nuggets I learned was JD literally, and I believe this completely, I learned that JD literally does not want to do anything except sit at home and organize baseball cards and play video games. He supposedly has some baseball card obsession that he spends a ton of time and money on. So we have heard this on the show. We know this to be true. Every outing, vacation, dinner out, etc. was planned by Tank. 100% believe that. They would go on vacations or weekends away, and JD would want to sit in the hotel and watch TV or play with baseball cards because he has fucking Asperger's. He doesn't know how to actually enjoy life. And not saying that everybody with Asperger's doesn't know how to enjoy life, but you know exactly what I'm saying. Okay, don't fuck with me on this. Anywhere they went, she had to drag him kicking and screaming. Tank got in with some social circle of trainers / gym rat types and started spending a shit ton of time out and about with them and started hooking up with one. Again, haven't listened to Howie since beginning of COVID, so I don't know if her being gone is common knowledge, but I'd bet her cheating on his ass is not something that would be talked about on the show. Why the fuck she was ever with him, but okay, let's go with it, ever with him in the first place, apparently nobody understood because they had zero in common. Maybe she thought he had a minuscule amount of star power and she could turn that into something. Supposedly at one point she was trying to become some fitness instructor guru type, and now she's back teaching somewhere in private school. You want to say poor JD, but honestly, he's probably happier without her. Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry. I will have to beg to disagree with this. This, unless JD is with let's say Jonathan Blitt, who, by the way, let us just discuss for a second how bizarre it is that he has so much fucking money to spend on the most ridiculous foods and wines and hotels and all sorts of shit. So let me see. Laundry room Mo, Tank said to you, she might be willing to come on and explain herself. I have her email. I'm more than happy to throw out something to her and see what she says. But yeah, JD without a Jonathan Blitt or somebody like that who takes him out and has him do things, I would 1000% believe that he sits at home, plays video games, does his job, collects baseball cards. And that's pretty much who he is. But see, Tank got herself in with somebody that she thought was really going to help her. And so she was a little bit more infatuated by the lure of somebody being on a show that she was probably, highly aware of and, knew all the players on it. There was also word that he wasn't the first person that she had approached from the show before he went for her. And, and that she had tried her luck at a couple of other guys before she got to him. Chaka Khan says cheating's always terrible. If JD's a weirdo and on the spectrum, he's lucky anyway. Oh my God. And all I can go back to is the not changing the sheets for a year. Seriously, the smell of that apartment, and he was living in a really, really small studio or something in Queens, if I recall correctly. the very smell of that place, like the first scent when you walk in that door. And I'm sure he tried to like cover it up with all like sorts of fucking Febreze and shit like that. But that underlying, like JD is like a homeless person with a home. It's like the homeless person that you don't really realize how fucking bad they smell when you first get on the train and you're sitting there all like super happy, and then all of a sudden this horrific smell comes wafting in at you like a minute later, and all of a sudden there you are on like 34th Street and you're like, for the love of God, what the fuck is that smell? And all of a sudden everybody clears out like at Penn Station, and there's this thing, this filthy bag of like dirt, laying on a fucking bench with the heat coming up from the bench so that the smell is permeating throughout the entirety of the train. And you're like, mother of God, what the fuck is that smell? That is JD in human form. That is fucking JD. He is like a smelly, homeless person laying on the fucking heat on the L train. That's who he is. And the fact that she would actually meet him, date him, hook up with him, marry him, and think that she could start a business off of the back of who he is was incredibly naive on her part. Really, just disgusting. I know, I'm always dramatic, but yeah, No, JD does not smell like ham, because in the right setting with a little bit of cheese and some mayo on a sandwich could possibly be good. JD smells like the ham hock that has been left out in the sun, wrapped in cheesecloth for a month, and has been picked over by the fucking rodents that live in the street next to it. He's not ham. He's gross old ham hock. Absolutely, he's human fucking filth. He smells like Funyuns. That's perfect. I agree. Funyuns that somebody has stuck up their ass and then pulled out and left in cheesecloth in the sun. Yeah, so same, Beanie Mac. I love JD bashing. I fucking detest him so much that nothing makes me happier than to know that Tanko has left his sorry fucking ass. So let's look at some of the comments that come with it. Yeah, baseball cards. Okay, yeah, yes. Okay, dinner socks, who I normally don't agree with. But seriously, baseball cards, like who in 2023 is collecting baseball cards? Like, this is like the Beanie Babies of 2023. Like, do you really need a first edition Sid Fernandez from the Mets from like 1997? And I really wish one of the boys was on here with me so that they could tell me if I was right or wrong about those dates. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to read what Chaka Khan says here. I've worked with people on the spectrum. I'd also add that JD's parents were completely uninvolved. My friend has a severe autistic son, and he's clean because she helped him. Yes, of course, of course. The parents divorced when he was like very young. Let's just discuss that he was like, cognizant enough to be able to go to Full Sail, even though that's like a pay-as-you-go kind of college. So you get a degree, for like, going to school for like 16 months, and you get like a full college degree. And that Howard likes to hire the indigent or people that are lesser than he, so it's all good for him. All right, let's move on a little bit. I don't know what Benny Musso is saying here. JD left Tam because she wouldn't pouch lick peanut butter out of her pussy. Okay, gross, but yes, the peanut butter story is absolutely very, very true. Very, very disgusting. And, it just goes into the JD canon of grotesquities. Sounds completely plausible, but it's nothing new. Everybody already knew everything he said. Yes, we may have, but it's nice to hear somebody else kind of confirm that this might be true. That's sad. JD seems like a nice guy. All right, I'm moving on, Blair. Are you fucking kidding me? Love a heartwarming story. Of course we do. I doubt he was a good spouse. That being said, yes, she should have broken up with him when he hooked up, if any of this is true. I could see her going for like one of those gym rat guys. That's like a really big thing. I wonder if JD's going to hit up Lexi. You know what? Who would want him? Honestly, who would want JD? He has nothing to offer society, let alone a woman. I completely can see that she was the person who made them go on vacation, made him ride a friggin' bicycle, right? Made him do things that are completely out of his comfort zone. He is very, very happy. JD would have been incredibly happy being an incel. He would have been incredibly happy just kind of, doing those cam girls online, jerking off in his fucking gross bed where he's probably splooged for the last 2 fucking years without washing the sheets. The very thought of it makes me absolutely fucking mental. But yeah, I can see that. Assistance myself says, I can't understand playing with wrestling dolls, but how do you play with baseball cards? I don't know that he play. He used to collect spoons, for God's sakes. I mean, so that's what we're talking about here. Yeah, JD. Yeah, JD. Fuck her. She wanted to use him to be a star. JD is the same lame kid she met from day one. 100%. Tank is a filthy whore, and no one is looking to make her a star. Yeah, you know what? I think she got over that, though. I think she realized at some point that it wasn't going to happen for her. And that was it. I'm trying to read some of the comments here. Ew, maybe the sheets are stuck and you can't change them. Okay, that's really gross. He reeks like a fillet of fish still to this day, most likely. Yuck. I know. I do give her some credit. She did try. She tried to make him into the man that she wanted him to be, but unfortunately, there's no way to make that happen. Honestly, yeah, I agree. Jonathan Blitt must come from money, but again, he's like a guy in his mid-40s, never been married, has no kids, probably makes really, really decent scratch on the Stern Show, amongst other things that he does, and he probably does have some family money, so he thinks, well, fuck it. Whatever I make on the Stern Show, I can spend. And that's, I think, what he does. Hello, Mrs. Beaverhausen. Ms. Beaverhausen, JD only found a woman because of the show's success. Now that the show is like shit on a shingle, he will never get another woman. He is alone for life. 1,000%. You know what, though? There's always someone for these fucking people. Seriously, there is always somebody for these kind of people. And I think that if he really tried, he can make what's the dude who used to be popular, but he's not anymore, but he's like weirdly friends with JD? Ryan Philippe. I bet you that Ryan Philippe, reaches out to him and says, hey, JD, if you're ever in LA, I'll hook you up with, a couple of girls and stuff like that. That absolutely happens. I believe that. Rio Gaga, what are you saying? GunkCon should be in October when Ronnie gets married. He's getting married NASCAR weekend, and the whole crew will be there. Let's do it there. Where? In Vegas? Oh my God, you want to do GunkCon in Vegas? That would be kind of amazing. I mean, except for the fact that Vegas is an absolute fucking cesspool of disgustingness, and there's probably not a shot in hell that I wouldn't do a massive amount of drugs and not be good to, good discussion for anyone, because, you're offering me, I'm doing, not going to lie. All right, let's look at some more comments. Tom Byron, hi. JD and Tank were opposites. She wanted to do things and get out. JD is getting up there and wants to chill. He probably wasn't fucking her either. He got fat. It's a constant mind fuck when you're in a relationship. He should have joined the gym and been her workout partner. But don't you remember she used to make these meal plans every day, and she would make meals for him and try to get him into a better, healthier eating frame of mind. And I don't really think that worked for her or for him. Gunk Vegas 2023. I don't know. I got some travel plans going on this year. No, I don't think they had a prenup. I don't think that the reality is, unless you're making, $1 million, $2 million a year and you had money before you went into a relationship, there's really no reason to have a prenup. Let's be honest. It's not even a thing. I mean, if the guy was basically making $125,000 a year, it was a lot, and I'm pretty positive he didn't save dick from that money. Exactly, David. He had nothing to take. That's exactly right. Okay, let's move on. I know we can't go to Vegas. I had to tell her I'd rather everybody come to New York. I'll be in my home ground. At least I feel safe and comfortable, and not around a bunch of hoochie fucking mamas stripping their shit and fucking in fucking pools like in Miami. So one time I went to the swim show in Vegas. It was the Miami swim show. And we were staying at, I don't know, one of those stupid hotels on the strip there. The Stand. I don't even know what it's called. And it was like 2:00 in the morning. And, everybody was partying and whatever, but, it's 2:00 in the fucking morning on a school night. And I look out my window and I'm looking at these chicks in the pool with these dudes, and they're like fucking in the pool. And it's like, there is like gross like splooge going on. Who the fuck would go in that pool? Like, everybody can see that there were literally like 6 or 7 people fucking in the pool. And obviously like splooging in the pool. And you look at it and it's like, there is no amount of fucking chlorine that would allow me to go in that pool. I know all those Vegas pools are disgusting. Same thing in Miami. Same thing on South Beach. It's really disgusting. Yeah, gross. GunkCon Des Moines. Yes, exactly. That's exactly where I want to be on any given fucking Tuesday. Hey, don't forget, we have to set our clocks back tonight. So I guess it's actually going to be like 11:02 at some point in the near future. I mean, I guess my computer will tell me when the timing thing changes. All right, let's move on a little bit. Let's talk about this. I'm taking this with a grain of salt, though it sounds completely possible. A friend's brother-in-law. I know, I agree with you there. We all saw it coming, though. I thought they were done when they were stuck together during COVID lockdown. Number of people surprised by this 0.0. Agreed completely. Sucks for JD, but let's be honest, he would be a 45-year-old unemployed virgin without Howard. I'm assuming he got to plow Tank a couple of times. Tank is an okay at best looking girl. If JD wasn't famous from the Stern Show, she wouldn't even say hello to him. Agreed. I mean, she is way above his pay grade, honestly. I mean, between the two of them, there's in a contest, like an F, marry, kill, she's definitely up there in the F or marry and not in the kill compared to JD. Description of JD is totally what one would expect. However, this rumor isn't exactly coming from someone with firsthand knowledge. Did the fitness dude spill the truth in a deli with a pickle jar on the counter? Who knows? Who knows? But you know what? Nothing makes me happier than to be able to have an hour or so to bash fucking JD. So whatever it is, I am good. I am good with it. Yoko Stern, who is, a buff mofo as it is, gym bros are the worst. Narcissistic douchebags who fuck every female in the gym. I've always steered clear to dudes like that. Yeah, I know, but a lot of girls don't steer clear of them. A lot of girls don't. I've known many a guy who is like a gym rat who has met their girl at the gym and then they marry them. I mean, that's the way it works. That's the way it is. Al D, Little Buddy, says she planned everything and he paid for everything. What a trooper. If your significant other is going to gym almost daily, especially if it's the cult of CrossFit and you are not, they are cheating on you. Not exactly sure that that's true. I think that a lot of times what you don't realize is that women get into a space where they decide, oh my God, I'm not looking great. I'm not looking my best. And, they get married, they chub up a little. And it's a known fact that when a lot of women get married or when they start their first jobs or like the freshman 15, you're in a new situation. And apparently what happens and why a lot of women gain weight when they get married is because when you're cooking for 2 people, you wind up making serving sizes and serving portions that are the exact same for both of you. So you wind up eating more than you should because you're just making a serving for somebody other than yourself, who obviously weighs much more than you do, and so you wind up gaining the weight, and they're good. Okay, I can't.
They're good. 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 They're good.
I hate you all.
They are very good.
I'm done. I'm not doing that again. I hate you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm reading comments and I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, someday Tank's fat cells will win the ultimate battle. Sure, she can prolong the inevitable, but it's coming and will be a frothy mess. Oh, sounds like she was collecting cards herself. And this is Dick Pole. Okay. Very good, Xavier. So yeah, I don't really know what goes on with Tanko. Like, I haven't really followed her shenanigans since she emailed me and said, please stop, putting anything about my family and my friends up there. So, and I said, okay. And that was the end of it. Look at Cookie coming in, of course, with the tea. I am glad Tank cheated on him. He's a disgusting pig who took advantage of interns and has a fetish for women fucking or abusing dogs. He gets off on dogs licking a woman's pussy. I hope his next stupid asshole girlfriend cheats on him and the one after that too. I hope he dies when hypoteric falls on him. Oh my God. Brutal. Thank you, Cookies. I know, that's horrible. I have no words for that. Bella says, I always thought the biggest Tank downfall was that she was into JD and had to be a hanger-on. Maybe she didn't realize how big of a loser he was. Oh, no. There is nobody. Listen, Tanko wouldn't be Tanko if she didn't do her due diligence and make sure that she knew exactly what she was getting into. She knew exactly what she was getting with this guy. And so, yeah, all women know what they're getting into with a man. All women. We tend to close our eyes. We tend to look the other way. We tend to think that we can change people. We tend to think that we, are better, different, more amazing, more life-changing than the last person was. But you know what? People, as a general rule, every one of us, people don't change. You try to change them and you try to make them into what you want them to be. You can even change their fucking clothes and make them look better. But intrinsically and deep down inside, people do not change. Like, the person that you're with or dating or love or want to be with or whatever, all odds are that he was exactly the same person at 6, at 10, at 14, at 19, at 22. People don't change. So, have your babies, get married, do things, make yourself feel like this is somebody who wants to be with me and wants to change. But the reality is they do not want to change, and they're not going to change. And that's the end of that. My favorite comment, beautiful creatures come and go, but baseball cards are forever. Okay, that's delicious. So this is about gym bros. So Yodako Stern says, funny thing is that gym bros only date average gym girls, the easy ones like Tank that are kind of pudgy and wear a shit ton of makeup, because the hot gym chicks know that they have unlimited choices and can do much better. I've been going to a gym occasionally with someone, and there's a chick there that's the easy type. The guys talk about how average she is, but they don't pass up her advances. She harasses any quality guy who keeps his head down and ignores her advances. Once a hoe, always a hoe. So I don't know the gym culture enough to understand the commentary here, but maybe some of you understand that and can talk to it a little bit more than I can. I've never been the sporty gymmy girl ever, so I don't know that culture at all. Yeah, of course we love a little emergency podcast. I was at my friend's house and drinking some wine and, finally feeling better. And I was looking at like the text and everything. I'm like, I think I want to do a podcast tonight. I remember that photo of her riding around on that guy's back after their weightlifting competition on the beach. Major red flag. You know, listen, I agree with all of you that CrossFit is definitely a cult. Like, I think it's like one of those weird things where they push everybody to the sameness and the togetherness and the oneness of thought and oneness of, you know, how you want to get to that ultimate goal. And they're all these like weird little fidget chicks that are like 5'2", 5'3", and they're all like, you know, they all have like that, you know, that toned muscular kind of fucking and they look like little weird muscular men, and I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me. I'm not really into it. Katie says Planet Fitness has a thing they call rush hour. It's code for picking up down to fuck whores time. Wait, what does that mean, Katie Fry? Explain that to me a little bit better. I need to know a little bit more about what you're talking about there, please. She knew he was a weirdo, says Little Doodle, who collected spoons, never washed his bed sheets, and had a fetish for black women with enormous rear ends when she met him. That's not exactly husband material. You are 1,000% right. And you never get married to someone hoping to change him. Yes, that's exactly what I was just saying. Yes. Little Doodle is always on point with shit like this. Absolutely. You can't change men. You just can't. Okay. Any of you women out there who think that you're going to fall in love with somebody, the person that you're dating from like day one is pretty much who they're going to be the entirety of your life. Fair warning. Watch out for rush hour at Planet Fitness. Isn't Planet Fitness at like that cheap place that you can join for like $1 or something? I don't know enough about Planet Fitness. I really don't. I don't know anything about that. Although I just did hear something interesting here in Florida that apparently, you know, there's that whole thing like the loofah sponges or something like that. Like if they're different colors, like on your car, that means like you're down to fuck or that you're into like mixed singles and stuff like that. Well, my chiropractor told me that if you have a pink flamingo in the front of your house, that means that you're a swinger. You're into like the whole swinging lifestyle. I mean, it's a fucking pink flamingo and it's Florida. I mean, how can you not have one in your, I mean, I don't have one in my yard, but that kind of is like a thing down there. All right, I'm digressing. Sorry. Let's see. It won't be long before we see the same news about Brent and Caitlyn. Only Brent encouraged Caitlyn to cheat with as many hung accountants as humanly possible. You know the saying, once you go black. Oh, I don't know what goes on there anymore. I haven't followed Brent in a long time. And ever since I changed my phone number, I haven't given it out to anybody. So I'm not really sure what the story is with Brent at this point in time. Maybe I'll reach out one day. Let's see what else. Anything else of any interest here? Yes. We came and did it live. Let me just see what the last page says before I get out of this. Another red flag from her carrying on at the gym. Oh, Bisnick. Okay. Let's move on. Let's just move on a little bit. So yeah, I think we can also all agree that JD is a disgusting animal who did not deserve a Jennifer. He didn't deserve her. And, okay. Radio Gaga says the most interesting twist is going to be in October at Ronnie and Stephanie's wedding. She's very close with Stephanie and went to see her in Vegas solo without GD. Gonna be awkward. You know, maybe they are both mature enough that either one of them will say, you know what, I won't go to the wedding. You go, have fun. These are your peeps. Or, no, I think that's the way it's going to go. I think that Tanko will not go to the wedding. And, as Good 136 says, Reddit full is lies, but this isn't new information. Tank is an opportunist whore. JD is a low-functioning idiot. There are 700 pages on it in the members-only section. I don't know what we're talking about here. Oh, is that our members-only section? Yeah. I don't even know, but I'm getting out of there. Getting out of this shit show right now. Yeah. So that's what I got. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I know she's not that great, but you know what? She's cuter than him. She's cute. She's not unattractive. She's cute. So, we'll give her that. Come on, guys. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's JD. It's JD. They all married up. Every single one of them. I think even that disgusting, fleshy manatee of a human, Jason Kaplan, married above his pay grade. They all did. You know, I think they were all lured by the. Look at Sal. Sal married above his pay grade too. I mean, yes, she has that horrible Long Island accent, but nonetheless, you know, she's much cuter than he. She's a solid 6 for sure. Not a Pittsburgh 10 though. Yeah, but I know. But okay. You know what? I bet you she's like super cute in person. Seriously, I don't fault Tanko for. Nah, I do fault Tanko for doing what she did. Remember when she posted like from her college alma mater, you know, it said like people that were famous that graduated from that school, and one of them was her because she was married to J.D. Harmeyer from the Howard Stern show. I mean, come on, honestly. I don't really think that was like a thing. She's not Jewish, LD, just so you know. I'm not taking sides. But yeah, I'm always going to take the woman's side. Yes, I am. When it comes to JD, of course I'm going to take the woman's side. Who wouldn't? In this scenario? Mo, can you message her and ask her for an interview so she can clear her name? I think the story is complete BS. Listen, I can throw something out to her. I won't ask her to come on air to clear her name, but I think that we can talk about it. What do you mean, Ida? What Ronnie thing don't you get? I don't know what you're talking about here. Yes, I agree with you, Aiden's old man. I am still amazed somebody voluntarily slept with JD. So for those of you who don't know the story, which I will tell, back when I was still working at my old job and I was still on Facebook, I had friended JD, and I had friended like a couple of people from the show just because, you know, I was like a total show groupie, like we all kind of were at some point. And I don't remember what picture I had of myself on my Facebook page, but then he slid into my DMs and he's like, hey, literally he said something as brunt and disgusting as, hey, do you want to get together and fuck? Like something as disgusting as that. And it's like, oh, slow your roll, cowboy. It's like, I'd be happy to meet you and say hi, but yeah, that's not who I am. And that's what he wanted. That's exactly who he was. He, you know, he's like this little weirdo freak with Asperger's who is just kind of, you know, casting his stupid little fucking fisherman net out to anybody who would come back and say, yeah, I definitely would love to get together and fuck you. I can't imagine that ever happened. But yeah, you knew exactly who he was, like in that minute. Like you knew exactly who he was. He was that creepy fucking dude who had no game, who didn't know how to talk to any woman and just went right for the fucking right for the gusto to just ask if you were fucking bang him. No, I'm no longer on Facebook and I'm no longer Facebook friends with him. I'm no longer on Facebook at all. I completely like deleted my account. So, you know, and I believe me, nothing would make me happier than to be able to go back and find those text messages. Seriously, I would love to, but unfortunately, you know, that clearly that was like on a work computer, and yeah, I've got no access to any of that shit. Yeah, but you know what? I really, this is one of those things where he just kind of randomly fucking picked on me. Did he delete you after you turned him down? I can't remember. I can just tell you what, you know, the conversation and how it went down, but that was pretty much it. And so you immediately thought to yourself, okay, he's a disgusting fucking animal, you know. You can request all data from your Facebook account. All right, well, LD, you can PM me on the website and tell me how to do that. But I feel like I even used like my work email, so I can't even really access it. Not really sure. Oh, I used to. Yeah, I don't know. I almost don't care, but I know it'd be super fun for us to look at that. I would do it if we can. Promise you. So I'll look into that. Mo, if you could get a do-over, would you hit it? There is no part of me. I am much better than the sum of my parts. And JD is absolutely never something that has been in my my spectrum of man ever. Oh my God, Lisa Stein. Hi. Where the hell have you been? So good to see you. Let's not forget tomorrow. Okay, so it's 10:20. I'm probably going to be hanging out here for like 10 minutes and be on our way. Mo, you know JD is on our forum, right? I have no idea if JD is on our forum. I don't do the approvals for our forum. I have absolutely no idea. So Gungadin, if you know something I don't know, by all means, let me out there for you. That's exactly right. I do not fuck garbage. It's not in my wheelhouse. Sorry. So yes, Oscar fashion show tomorrow. That's what I wanted to get to. So yeah, so we will definitely be doing fashions. I'm trying to rein in Laurent Blanche so that he will do it with me. And we will post all fashions starting at 6 p.m. or whenever it is that the Oscars are on, even though I'm not going to watch the Oscars because the Last of Us's final episode is tomorrow as well. I have only seen 2 or 3 of the movies, including Banshees of Inisherin. And I just watched the other day Triangle of Sadness, which was ridiculous. Honestly, just a ridiculous movie. But other than that, I don't think. Oh, and Everything Everywhere All at Once was fucking phenomenal. I feel like that will win. Absolutely unwatchable. I think the entirety of what is movies is changing significantly for going forward. Mo, have you watched The Glory on Netflix? I don't know what that is. Tell me what that is. I would like to see Elvis. I just haven't gotten around to it. I have no interest in Elvis. I will tell you that my dad went to Germany with Elvis when Elvis joined the army. My dad was in the army at the exact same time, and they both went on the ship to Germany together. And it was one of my dad's favorite stories because he would talk about how, when they would be in the mess hall or something, Elvis was totally trying to be regular guy and, brought his guitar with him and would, play songs after dinner and whatever. And people would do sing-alongs and they would just kind of chat. And he was a really cool dude and they all, adored it. He was already Elvis, at that point. So yeah, that was my dad's really good story about that. Mo, watch The Whale starring Brendan Fraser. I don't know. I'm kind of repulsed by grossly overweight people like that. I mean, not repulsed by it, but repulsed by Brendan Fraser playing a grossly overweight man. I don't really think I have an interest in, if it's a sad story, I have no interest in watching it. I hate sad stories. I like quirky and I like weird and like sci-fi and stuff like that, but I don't know that I would watch that. Can you imagine saying yesterday a day and then landing on those sheets? I'm sorry, what are you saying, Linda? Can you rephrase that for me? Can you rephrase that in the form of an actual coherent sentence for me, please, ma'am? What time is the Gunk Oscar party? Oh my God, wouldn't it be amazing if we had an Oscar party? But yes, it'll just be online on RadioGunk.com tomorrow, probably starting around 6 time or something like that. It's a Korean drama, really good. What's it called again? You know what I just watched? Attorney Woo, Amazing Attorney Woo, Woo Young Woo. Oh my God, so cute, so delicious. She was absolutely amazing. Yeah, okay, I will watch Elvis. I promise you. I will watch it and I will report back on it. My dad worked with Madonna's dad for the Big Three. What's the Big Three? I don't know what that is. I will tell you my 2 Madonna stories. So my sister used to work at a store called Fiorucci's. And it was on 57th, 58th Street and 3rd Avenue. And she worked there after school. And, and they had the skinniest, slimmest, most amazing fucking pants in the world. And of course, at the time, I was a size 0. So everything fit me perfectly. And so my sister, of course, stole from the back room, used to bring home shit for us. And so anyway, it was like the 25th anniversary of Fiorucci. And she, she really wasn't a great big sister, but every once in a while, and she was like, Mo, they're having like a 25th party. Do you want to come? And I was like 13, 14, 15, something like that. Don't forget, my mother brought me to Studio 54 when I was 13. So I was like, yeah, I want to come. And the act for the night was Madonna. And I only knew her from like one song or two songs, but she was the hired act for the night. Then my second story is my friend Alan Feinberg, rest in peace. He knew Madonna extremely well, and they used to run into each other all the time at like, Electric Circus and Xenons and shit like that very early in the day. And she used to be at the Funhouse all the time with Jelly Bean Benitez, which was her boyfriend. And she was a dirty girl. She really was. And so she used to move from like apartment to apartment. And she asked my friend Alan if she could stay at his apartment for a couple of weeks. And she would blow him for the privilege. And he said, oh, yeah, okay, sure. And so she literally slept on his fucking couch for like 3 months. And whenever he wanted a blowjob, she would give it to him. But she was apparently like a bit of a smelly girl. Like she didn't shower that much and shit like that. And she was really not his type, obviously. But yeah, Madonna used to give BJs to hang on people's couches. I know this firsthand from my friend Alan. That's all I got. Yeah. All right. That's what I got for us tonight. Mo, watch The Elephant starring Robin Quivers. Oh, look at this. Hanzo said did not like the Elvis movie. The hip hop soundtrack was terrible. Oh, it's a hip hop soundtrack? Oh, I'm not sure I like that. Let's see. What else? Everything Everywhere All at Once is amazing. I have to tell you, I didn't understand what was going on at first. But once you realize that she's like, an old Asian woman in a multiverse, it's pretty fucking fantastical. And the fashion is ridiculous in that show. Ridiculous. So I really appreciated it. Oh, Sin Lu, I'm so glad you liked Attorney Wu. Wu Yang Wu, kayak, race car. That was an amazing show. I don't want to do a live Oscar watch. I'm not going to watch the whole Oscars. I don't really give a shit about the Oscars, to be honest with you. I mean, I don't think there's anything that we really want to know about. I've literally watched like 2 or 3 shows, movies, whatever. Is Cocaine Bear any good? Yeah, I'd be interested in knowing if Cocaine Bear is any good. Am I on my ISDN line? I don't have an ISDN line, Ed Rooney, silly boy. Mo, at what age did you develop breastises? Probably a little late, honestly. I don't think I was like 14 or 15 before I developed. I don't even think I got my period until I was like almost going on 14. So, I was a little late to the game. Okay. I got nothing else to say here. Let me see what else Radio Gaga. Why that? Would JD blow a dude to sleep on a couch? Probably not. JD probably makes enough money now. He lives in New Jersey, lives on his own, whatever. Jim L, you missed so much that I'm about to hang up. So there you go. So it's just about Ida, I'm so glad you watched Woo too. It's so cute. I mean, it's a little hokey in a Korean hokey sort of way, and the law is never on point. Although maybe it is, I'm not really sure, but I love it. I'm like completely, I'm all in. I'm all in. All right. So it is Saturday, March 11th at 10:29 p.m. I am kind of done with talking about JD. I just wanted to reiterate that there was a Reddit post about Tank cheating on JD and left him last year. I completely believe it, by a lot of things that have been said on the sly on the show. We kind of are all aware that he's no longer with her. And that's why I named this show into my Rotten Reddit category, because it was like a Reddit-driven commentary. I also wanted to just say I am so glad Alec Murdaugh got convicted of murdering his wife and his son. Although I do hear from many fronts that his son was a bit of a cunt and an absolute asshole, entitled douchebag. But nobody at 22 deserves to die, especially at the hands of their father. So I would have much preferred him go to jail and not have a drug-addled asshole, money-hungry douchebag of a father. I can't even imagine, to be a murderer as such. There's nobody joining the Shuli network here. I don't think that KC will. We certainly won't. I don't even think it's a network to really be had. I can't even imagine that anybody does that. Don't forget, we do this for fun. And we don't do it for the money, because there is really no money in it unless you want to do something where you're beholden then to, the hundreds of people who are on Patreon with you. And the expectation is that you have product for them on a constant basis. And I'd much rather pay for Netflix and be able to go through, 50 different fucking shows than ever pay like $10 or $20 for something where all we're going to talk about is, stupid shit that has to do with other people that we don't like. It just winds up being a stupid hate fest. And I have no interest in doing that. So yeah, that's all I got. Alrighty then. So we are going to, maybe my feet only OnlyFans will be something I'll do in the near future, but odds of that happening are probably slim and none as well. All right, friends. So I am going to bid you adieu, and yeah, that's all I got. Oh, let's do a little bit of this just for a minute.
I wanna feel the sun, have barbecues. I wanna see my friends, the old and new. We'll turn on the game and share some laughs, and we'll play.
And we'll play this or that. All right, so have a great night. I think Howard is still on vacation next week. We're definitely doing a show next week. I have absolutely no idea what it's going to be about, but whatever. We'll do something. Okay? All right, friends. Have a good night. I'm glad I feel so much better. I'm glad you guys were here with me for tonight. And I really appreciate you being here. So have a great night. I'll see you soon. Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.